Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 20 now of Fire Them Cannons. We are 20 episodes in now. Wasn't a great one. Just like Arsene Wenger's thousands game ended badly at the Stamford Bridge, so did our 20th Fire Them Cannons episode.
It's still gonna be a good stream, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
By the way, just to clarify before I bring Cal into this one, I have put on the thumbnail. Didn't put a disappointed face for either of us because I think we move on. I honestly, I don't sweat it. I haven't really thought much of it, like in terms of like negativity at night recently in this game. It's like, okay, we ended up drawing a game. We had two awesome ones before. Let's move on. That's kind of my feeling on the game.
David speaks bullshit also. Just
oh, come on. No, that's not something I mean. Draw, win, draw. The wheels are falling off, my friend. Yeah, and you are scared, my brother. I know you're scared.
I would say this, David. I would say this. Just I'll put on a positive note for you guys. Like just on the result. Like, look how excited and giddy Chelsea was winning. And you're literally in a crisis, but you're 2 points behind them. Like, just saying, bro. Like, just saying, like
he's in a crisis and he's giddy that Arsenal didn't win.
I mean, to be honest, if you're a rival of Arsenal, you will be giddy. And now David's one of those guys that he's fully admitted that he hates Arsenal more than he hates Liverpool. So it's to be expected.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start saying what Manchester United fans say. Hated, adored, but never ignored.
You know what? United fans aren't good enough right now for me to hate them. Like,
yeah, to be honest.
The teams that I generally hate right now are the ones that compete with us. If you notice, that was like on a big Liverpool agenda. That's dropped off massively recently.
Yeah.
Like,
I hate Chelsea anyway. It doesn't matter where they are.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with that. Anyway, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribing, and of course, hit the QR codes to go to our own personal channels. It is a busy week. We have Premier League football back already tomorrow morning. And we're going to have back-to-back Fire Them Cannons episodes as well. So we're going live tonight. We're going to go live tomorrow to react to that game. And yeah,
by tonight and tomorrow, we obviously speaking in Australia time, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. We are speaking in Australia time. Tonight for you guys, we have a big game tonight, Brentford against Arsenal. And we'll get to that one. Is that a must win? And we will react to, of course, our draw at Stamford Bridge. And firstly, Cal's already spoken before I introduced him, but you know what? That's all good. It's his show. Do whatever he wants. Anyway, Cal, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling annoyed, to be honest. I was annoyed at the results. I was annoyed at the game. I'm not completely devastated. At least we got the point, but I really wanted to thrash Chelsea because I hate Chelsea. But we didn't thrash them. And we'll get into the details, but yeah. Other than that, I think I'm fine. I'll live with it. We're still 5 points ahead in the table, and we're pretty much, when you look at the table, like a lot of the people who are not as good as us are bunched together, like trying to get to us. So, can't really ask for more.
Yeah. I put in the poll, by the way, and by the way, big up to you as well, Tyrell. I put it in the poll, which applies to Chelsea, because Chelsea have had this double standard here, which Arsenal are overrated, their squad is overrated, but what a great, amazing result. They acting like they won and telling me to hold it. I'm like, what am I holding? You were supposed to be better than us in 9 out of 11 positions, according to Dawn. So is it a good result or is it a bad result? So I put in the poll, which applies to Chelsea. Good result, Arsenal are good. Bad result, because Arsenal suck. So they have to pick one of those. You have to stick to one of them. We're either the best with a measuring stick, and therefore getting a point at home down to 10 men is a good result for you, or we suck and it's 2 points dropped. Pick.
It's actually the other way around. Actually, if we suck, that means it's a good point gained. If we don't suck, that means it was 2 points dropped. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's our perspective. For their perspective, I mean, to be honest, like, I don't know, man. I don't understand Chelsea.
Wait, Tyrell, big up Tyrell. He goes, I was annoyed as well that they were down to 10 men and we didn't capitalize on that. But I accepted the point at the end of the day. At least we didn't lose, but I wanted that 3 points. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. I wanted the 3 points. Yeah.
Oh,
you just you kind of dropped out a little bit there. Well, just your mic.
Oh, my am I back?
Yeah. No, I think your you know the volume thing that you put on your mic so it doesn't pick up high volume. I think you spoke loudly, so it kind of dropped off, I think.
Oh, is it the background noise tick?
Maybe.
I'll get rid of the remove background noise tick because there isn't much background noise anyway to remove. So is that better?
Yep. No, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, by the way, Tyrell, we're definitely going to touch on that because I think that's the main viewpoint that I think a lot of us are coming from. I think the thing is, and maybe I'll introduce because I overall want to get Cal's perspective because I was on a 2 hours and 50-minute post-game show on the Football Terrace, which was absolutely crazy. So everyone knows exactly what I thought about the game. Although I have had a few days to kind of let it soak in and be a little bit less reactionary to that. But Cal, overall, you kind of shared a little bit, but your feelings like when I'm gonna set it for you in like this way. First of all, when you saw the lineup and you saw that Saliba was out, what was your thought process going into the game?
To be honest, I woke up as soon as the game started, so I didn't have too much time to react. For you guys don't know, both of us, we live in Australia, so a lot of times we're asleep right before the game starts if we wake up to watch it live, which I did, and I was like, what the fuck? Why are two of our main center backs not here? Like, why is Saliba out? And but then you kind of just have to get on with it, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't have that much time to react, but it was very, very annoying to not see Saliba on that pitch. Like, I don't care like how good our backups are. Like, we have the best center back pairing in the world. Both of them being out at like one of the biggest games of the season is just annoying as hell. To be honest, if I knew that both Saliba and Gabriel weren't going to be there, I probably would not have predicted like a comfortable 2-0 victory. Like I probably would have. I still would have predicted a win, but it would have been something along the lines of like a 2-1. I still can't believe that Saliba's injured, and I don't know when he's coming back.
So there is a potential. So there were reports yesterday, and we spoke about this on the Gunners Therapy. There were reports yesterday at a certain point in time. Let me get this out of my mouth. By Fabrizio Romano saying that William Saliba will be out tomorrow against Brentford. But then Mikel Arteta spoke, and he said that William Saliba has trained today, so has Leandro Trossard, and we will determine whether they will be available for tomorrow's game in the next 24 hours. And then Fabrizio, next time you look at it, tweet's gone, deleted. So
maybe he's on, maybe he's not. With or without him, we should be winning that game.
By the way, I was saying that with Fabrizio, this is a man who he obviously his reputation is really important to him and his accuracy. I gotta say, the fact that he deleted the tweet is a little bit sus. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, his source got the information wrong, and the thing is, Fabrizio is not as reliable as Ornstein. Ornstein will make sure that everything's 100% because Ornstein gets his information from the club directly, whereas Fabrizio he has sources, like usually player sources. So we'll see.
We'll see. Anyway, so I think I started off by asking that question because I think it's really important to add context to this game, and I think we need to really kind of give perspective to this game, which is why, for instance, I'm not sweating it. I'm not like when I came into that game, all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? A draw is not bad here because they don't close the gap to 3. It remains at 6, and 5 points to the, as long as after this game, we can start, we can beat Brentford. Let's say we beat Villa back to back. And then all of a sudden the schedule opens up a little bit. We got Wolves in the league after that. That should be an easy 3 points. I'm okay with this, but let's just get out of here without losing the game. That was the way I kind of I don't know why, but it just my
the
mentality
context of the
changed.
game is what really pisses everyone off.
That's the thing. So
The
Caicedo
fact that they were down to 10 men.
Caicedo obviously gets sent off, and I think we should kind of take these things into two different bits. Let's first talk about Arsenal having basically, I'll be honest, the spine ripped out of the team. So you go into a game. I'll say this: without your main two center backs, your center back pairing that have never played before together in a Premier League game. They played against Brighton. I believe we did keep a clean sheet in that game though. It was in the Carabao Cup.
No, one of Saliba played. I think Saliba played. It was one of them played.
No,
were they both out for that game? I don't think so.
They both started that game. And Capia and Mascara started the Brighton game.
I thought it was Calafiori. I thought it was someone else. I didn't know that was that.
No, I think it was Capia, Mascara, White, and Skelly. I think it was our full. But look it up. The Carabao Cup game.
Lineups.
Which is it?
Kepa and Capia, Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel played.
Gabriel started.
No, Gabriel got subbed in.
No, it was starting.
No, yeah, and Capia and Mascara played.
Yeah. Okay. So this is their first Premier League game. And of course, by the way, Saliba was slated to start. He picked up an injury literally, and he was rubbed off the last second. So these two didn't even know.
It wasn't like they had no training session for this, because they would have usually, like, if he was out before, they would have gone to training and kind of known something was going to happen. And I think you're 100% right. And the thing is, it's like the way we play, and this is obviously not, like, people want to talk about excuses and stuff like that, but let's talk football, talk about the way we play and why we didn't look as cohesive as we usually do, because that's the biggest problem with the way we play the game. We're not cohesive because we are a defense-first team, and we've built the team to be like that. And we are comfortable from the back. It's why we have a ball-playing goalkeeper, and it's why we've invested so much in our center-backs and all our defenders. Now, when that structure gets ripped apart, even though we have the quality, the guys just aren't comfortable playing together just yet. Now, the entire back line of our team doesn't work, and that's why we saw Declan Rice not doing any progressive play. He spent most of the time tracking back, trying to get balls in.
Babysitting the two, basically.
Our build-up play was ass because we usually build out from the back, like Gabriel or Saliba, build up from the back, and then they're trusted. So Declan Rice is going to find himself in better pockets to help with the build-up. Now he doesn't trust those two guys as much. He has to stay back a bit more, and it just messes up the whole system. So I think it had a very big, strong impact.
And then also, on top of that, to make matters worse,
Cal, Odegaard, who usually helps to build up. So
yeah. To make matters worse, Cal, though, I think this is another thing we got to keep out of perspective. And just to be clear, we're not making excuses. We are analyzing the game. That's sort of our job here, ladies and gentlemen. We had yellow cards in this game to Mosquera, to Nkapie, to Zubimendi, but that's key as well, and Oswell to Calafiori, just to name a few. I think there were two other yellows in the game. One, Miles Wiskelly comes on, and after about 3 minutes, also gets a yellow card. So that's your 5. And then the other one was, who else got a yellow in Arsenal's team? It was,
I can't remember.
I think it was, who was it? I forgot who it was. Anyway, regardless, those ones illustrate the picture for you enough. So now we have our second choice center back pairing. Both of them are on a yellow card. Your CDM is on a yellow card. Your left back is on a yellow card. Your backup left back has come on the pitch, is on a yellow card. And you can't defend necessarily to the capabilities. And since everything is out of whack, you can't go full in. Like, what's one thing that I felt Chelsea had an advantage in is that Chelsea, too, by the way, had a bunch of players booked. They got the red card, right? But they were a lot more aggressive, and I felt like they outworked us in this game. And I don't know if it was down to a couple
Victor
of things.
Gyökeres got a yellow as well.
Victor
so Calafiori and Capia, Mascara, Zubamendi, Victor Gyökeres, and Marcelo Skelly.
Okay. By the way, that's your spine. Your striker, your
Chelsea only had one yellow card and one red card.
Yellow was Cucurella, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just fucking ridiculous because they were so much more aggressive.
The fact that Enzo didn't get booked in that game just absolutely just surprises me, because I thought he was literally like, there was one time where he shoved Martinelli out of bounds, or Timber, one of the two, out of bounds, and didn't get anything. I'm like, and then he had a few words to say with him on his way away, like as he was walking away, and I'm like, how does the referee not see that and see to give a booking? Like, anyway, I'm not here to I don't like doing that. We're going on the bad path. But the idea I'm trying to illustrate here is, do you think that the fact that we had all those players on a yellow meant that by default we couldn't be the more aggressive side? We have to be more cautious.
I don't think that's the reason. I will say this. I first of all don't think that the players were up for it enough. Personally,
felt that too.
I felt like they weren't expecting the aggression. They weren't expecting the fight that Chelsea started off the game with, and they just weren't up to the task. They weren't winning the duels that they usually win. And it's not because Chelsea players are more physical or tougher, because they aren't. I don't think the players were up for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that kind of pissed me off.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Would have taken a draw before the game. After watching the game, I celebrate the draw. We had a huge 3 games in 7 days with no fit strikers, 2 center back missing, with our cam and captain missing. And to be honest, yeah, you're right. To be honest, you're correct, and that's the logical stuff to that's a very logical way of viewing it. You know, it was always going to be we had a very tough 3 games, and it just sucks because you know, the nature of it, you know, just not winning when they're down to 10 men. Also, it's Chelsea, and you know, I hate Chelsea. A lot of our fan base hate Chelsea, so we kind of want to beat them.
It's just, by the way, the way that Chelsea react to this game as well drives me absolutely up the wall.
You don't need to be honest. I'll say this. I will say this. I'm not afraid of anything Chelsea's doing, because I know they're just going to drop points. So, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
that's true.
I'm much more concerned with people who are actually going to challenge us for the title. You know what I'm saying? So you know, let Chelsea do Chelsea things. I think the Chelsea fans that are disappointed with the result are the real ones, who are disappointed with the fact that Caicedo got a red, and you know, because he stomps Moreno. I think the Chelsea fans who are not happy, who aren't celebrating, the ones with real standards. I think the ones who are, you know, hiding behind not taking responsibility for the fact that they were getting so many yellow cards and are celebrating a draw when they're playing us at home is I think you guys,
because at the end of the day, the initiative is on them. If they are title challengers, as they I know you could depend which Chelsea fan you ask, because many of them will say they're better than us, but no, we're not in a title race. So
that's
the other thing that. But anyway, depends which ones you ask.
Move away from.
No, I agree. But it depends which ones you ask, though. The ones that say that they're title challengers would say that onus is on them to win their home game. Next time we play them, it'll be at the Emirates. So that,
to be honest, on the Thunderdome, I'll say this: on the Thunderdome, when we were interviewing
Andrew and Jesse,
Andrew and Jesse, they were both saying that we should be winning this game. This is a must win for us. So I think they are probably 2 of the only fans I interacted with who were really saying that they really want to win the game, and it'll be very disappointing if they don't win the game. And I respect that, and I think that's the correct mentality. But let's just move on from Chelsea fan base.
Yeah, true. And speaking of which, Chelsea, as we mentioned, Caicedo did get sent off. Cal, you disappointed with the way that we approached them, considering we had the 1-man advantage?
I will say this. I will commend them because it didn't feel like they were a man down. They made us very uncomfortable. They didn't let us get into the game. They were a constant threat. I think Maresca did coach them well, and I think the mentality on their part was great because they stopped us from getting comfortable. We're in an uncomfortable situation because we didn't have our center backs, and they didn't let us breathe. They didn't let us take control of the game. And I don't think it doesn't matter what Arteta really said in the halftime or whatever. It could not be implemented on the pitch because of what the Chelsea players did. So I don't think it's like I don't think our approach, quote unquote, was necessarily terrible. I think it was a personnel issue, and also I think it was more of a drive issue. Like I think we were playing out really slow. We weren't moving the ball quickly, and that's a confidence thing. Like you don't know where players are supposed to be, so you're not just like moving that ball around. You're you're second guessing yourself. You're taking too many touches, and our build-up play wasn't that good. So I think that's why. Like I think if we had a stronger team, I think we probably play out faster. But the way it was, I don't think we had the personnel and the confidence to do it, and Chelsea didn't let us get that during game time.
Yeah. One thing I'll say, and I think I mentioned this in the post game, and I mentioned this on the Gunas Therapy today. I felt that we had a moment in that second half where if we took advantage of it, I think the game would commit a completely different game. And that was when Rice and Martinelli combined, and Martinelli had the shot right before the end of the half that was saved by Sanchez. I think that ball goes in the back of the net, and we're talking about a totally different game. I think we're talking about a game where Arsenal will then be able to, because Chelsea are down by a man and down by a goal, they're going to have to really, really come out, and Arsenal would have really been able to stretch them and then sort of get in behind whenever they want to, because they would have had to push up a little bit more. And I think that we would have taken advantage of that. I think that was a big inflection point in the game. And I think the fact that Chelsea
yeah.
Do you agree with that, by the way?
Yeah, no, the fact that we were never, I thought about that as well. The fact that we were never leading in the game is why we didn't win. We were never leading in that game, not once, not for 1 microsecond. We were drawing, they scored first, and then we drew again.
The minute they scored first, I'm like, damn it. Because they got something to hold on to. And not just that.
I mean, I have something to say about that as well.
No, go for it. Say it.
MLS needs to fucking, something needs, like, bro, like, you need to buck the fuck up, because you can't be putting together these performances, dude. I don't know if you noticed, but MLS was supposed to be marking Chalobah, and he just lets Chalobah leap in front of him and score that goal. Like MLS is the one marking Chalobah there, and he's like completely useless. Look, he comes on because Calafiori gets a yellow card immediately as soon as he gets on the pitch, completely negating the whole point of subbing in MLS. So now MLS can't actually be aggressive in the game. So, and this is against a 10-man Chelsea. Like, this isn't even against like proper Chelsea. Like, MLS completely, he kind of fucks that strategy up, like, completely. Because I have a feeling that the reason why Arteta wanted to get the yellow card players off the pitch is because he wanted us to be more aggressive, and you can't be that aggressive because it felt like, and Chelsea were they're just rolling around, bro. They're just rolling around. Like, I can feel like they just wanted us to get booked. You can tell they just wanted us to get booked.
And you know when Chalobah was like, look at me, he got me in the...
Yeah, and they're just screaming, fucking pussies. Anyway, what I will say, so Arteta like wants to take off the yellow card people so we could be aggressive, and we just like, he can't do that now because the guys that comes on gets yellow card immediately. So that kind of effed up the strategy.
And for me, I just felt like at that point, I'm like, damn it, like I might as well have had Calafiori on right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
and a lot of people would say this. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Arteta doesn't trust his team on the yellow. Look, they played with Cucurella was on the entire. Shut the fuck up. Like honest to God, it does. Like, we cannot control the ref decisions. Like, that ref was handing out yellow cards like candy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if, like, some of our yellows were like barely yellows. So, like, at that point, as a coach, you can't go there and say, I trust my guys. Like, we've seen our players get yellow cards unfairly without doing anything before. So at that point in time, because the way the game is, you take the players off that has the yellows as much as you can, so you can play the game and not get a red card and completely ruin the game. So he did the right thing by taking off Calafiori.
Yeah. The only thing that annoys me, and by the way, I completely agree with you that Maresca deserves a lot of praise, because one thing they did, that's what I'm saying, when they got into halftime, Maresca knew they had the kickoff, so they literally from the kickoff they went deep. They had the chance with João Pedro, which resulted in the corner, and straight away they got it. And then from that point, they pinned us back before we could even really put the ball on the floor, move them around, get them all tired. Because that's exactly what I would do every time you're up a man, is just get the ball down for a while, pass, just move around go from the left down in the middle to the right, back again, get them moving, get them running back and forth, get them tired before you start to really aggressively go after them, because that at that point they're going to be a little bit more, obviously more tired, because more of the players have to work harder than them. One thing personally I have to really give a lot of credit to on the Chelsea side is Reece James. I thought Reece James was absolutely phenomenal. It was like I felt at times like Chelsea were not down to 10 men, because Reece James, like, it was like he split and he was like 2 men.
He also is the one that was putting in those deliveries into the box. That was him.
Yeah,
those scary deliveries. That was like, that was a Reece James.
And I made an apology on the terracing, because obviously I've in all the debates I said, you know what, he's never healthy, and I basically count him as not a player. What are you talking about? He's the best right back. He's never healthy. So what are we talking about? Like, he is healthy now, and he is definitely a quality player. The fact that he was able to start in this game in midfield, so he didn't even start at right back. He started in midfield, and then the guy who's sitting next to him, Caicedo, gets sent off. And basically, I thought, man, without Caicedo, he didn't even make a sub. He didn't bring Santos on, anything like that. He actually made attacking switches. He brought on Garnacho at halftime. And I'm like, okay, thank you, Maresca. I was expecting Andre Santos to come on here and give you stability, but you went with Garnacho.
No, I think he didn't go if he went defensive, they would have lost the game. We would have just barraged them and just won. We would have gotten comfortable. He went aggressive so we won't get comfortable. He went with pace so we won't be comfortable.
He wanted to press us from the back, I noticed.
Yeah,
so he wanted to have his attacking players so they can press, because he knew the biggest weakness at Arsenal right now in this game still is the fact that we have a center-back partnership playing for the first time, which isn't just in defending, it's also in passing out from the back and their and he just kept his guys on so we could press them from the back.
Also, and also he knows that I think Mazo Skelly was never gonna, he's always gonna get pressed up.
But you know what's crazy though? So they make the switch, Esteval comes off. If Arteta knew that Esteval was coming off, I wouldn't have switched to Calafiori at all. Like, I know the point was because of the card, but just tactically, I'm just like, really? They're going to bring off Esteval? Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't worried, but it was actually the right call.
Yeah. But again, nothing. I think Arteta did, I think, overall was wrong here. The only thing I would have said is I would have kept Eze on and switched Moreno out for Gyökeres. So I would have had Eze, Odegaard, Madueke, Saka, and with your gunman up top, which would have given us a chance.
Moreno had an absolute fucking stinker, by the way.
I mean, he scored the most important goal. I saw someone say that they thought Moreno was Arsenal's best player, which I didn't agree with.
It was an absolute stinker.
No, but I thought, look, I'm like, no, you bring him on.
To be honest, bro, I'm getting sick and tired of these Moreno stinkers on scores. Like, I'm getting sick of it, because I feel like there's so many opportunities that he fucks up in build up. And he was just mispassing the ball. Like, I feel like half the reason why we couldn't get into the game is because he just kept mispassing the ball. He was just losing the ball. We couldn't get any stability in the game because of him. I'm sick of this guy.
That's what confused me. Like, I know Eze wasn't having his greatest game.
Yeah, Eze was also.
I would have kept on. I would have, given that they're down to 10, I would have kept on Eze and Odegaard together, see what they could do, their creativity, the decision making, the passing, and then you got the threat of down the wings of Saka and Madueke, and then you had Gyökeres up front. I actually think that would have gone on to win the game. I know that Moreno got a level with the header, but that was a magnificent,
he also should not have
individual brilliance by Saka to get that set up.
I also think he shouldn't have started Martinelli. I think that was probably the biggest thing. Martinelli is a guy to come on because he starts Martinelli, and now you don't have that pace to get to bring on from the bench. I think Martinelli is.
Yeah, I thought Madueke. I think we both said that. I think we thought that was the slam dunk to start, given the fact that he's a former Chelsea player.
So he comes on, and it's like the atmosphere is shit. And it's like he's just been stewing on the bench, so he doesn't have the fire that he would have if he started the game. I reckon if he started the game, it would have been way different. It would have been completely different.
Yeah,
his performance. He had a pretty lackluster performance. I think it would have been better if he started the game, because he started the game and Chelsea were just like this, like way too fiery. I think we needed that fire for him to start the game. And then
we needed that distraction, by the way, because if you notice, every time that he came on, he touched the ball, the Chelsea fans booed. If that stuff shit is going on at the start of the game, they start to lose focus on the prize. I feel a little bit.
I think he just didn't want to start these guys because they're coming back off injury, but he probably should have started.
Yeah, but it's about Martinelli came back off injury at the same time, like by that logic. So. Look, by the way,
Madueke had a much bigger, longer.
I don't know if you agree with me. I don't know if you agree with me, Cal, right? And I didn't really necessarily think this would be the case going into this game, but it was. Trossard was a big miss. I feel like Leandro Trossard is a lock picker for me. And he is the type of player who, in those type of spaces that Chelsea were allowing us to have, would have taken advantage of it.
Yep.
He would have,
and that's why
he would have kept hold of the ball as well from that side. He would have been the perfect player for that assignment.
That's why I was hoping that we started Odegaard and maybe played Eze on that left.
Yeah, and again, I think
Eze would do that on the left. But
yeah. Anyway, look. Overall, though, because we're on about 35 minutes, and we're going to move on, and we're going to preview the Brentford game. We don't want to keep you guys that long today because both of us have to go to bed as well to get up for this next game, and we also got work as well. In the morning. What would you say at the end of the day? Was it a good point away from home, or are you disappointed? And is it a two?
I'm still disappointed, but I'm just glad that we built up a bit of a lead so far in the Prem. Chelsea were close, but they're still 6 points behind us. So we kind of stopped them progressing as well. Based on what I'm seeing, I know Manchester City just won their game.
Did you see that game?
I did watch that game.
They're still not insane.
Their last two games against Leeds and Fulham, I'm just not convinced. I feel like they're doing what Liverpool did at the start of the season, where they're getting by with these results, but it's not sustainable. So that's encouraging. So I think we just need to keep doing what we're doing and grind out some results. I know David was like trolling at the start when he said draw, win, draw, but it is draw, win, draw. We need to start. I need to see like a 5-game win streak.
Yeah, I agree. But like, to be honest, give context, and I'll say this to close. I always mention James from formerly of AFTV, now of whatever they call Loose Cannons or the Gunnerverse. He made this point, and it stuck to me perfectly. He said, wins like Tottenham and Bayern, those type of performances don't come for free. And at the end of the day, Chelsea was the third game in that big week, and they gave you everything in those first two games. And sometimes it comes at a cost. And the cost, unfortunately, in this one, I think was a William Saliba. And the cost, unfortunately, in this one was that Chelsea had more energy in the tank than us. They seemed like they were beating us to every first ball, that they were the hungrier team, that they were that had the more desire. And I think it just comes from a week like that is tough. As
I
always,
don't
that third game is
I don't
always the
subscribe to
tough
that.
one.
I don't subscribe to that. I think with our squad and the fact that we haven't won anything in a while means that you can put together you could string together a couple wins in a tough week. It's a week. You can. I expect this team to go out there and give me everything for a tough week, because we were always gonna have like an easier run after this tough fixture. International break wasn't too long ago. We're not 7 weeks into without just playing. International breaks was like what 2-3 weeks ago. I'm not buying that. I think I expect top performances from a top club. And at the end of the day, the Tottenham performance was great, but it's like it's not like we were like running them ragged. It's like we completely annihilated them, you know. I think the Bayern game was, I could see you going, yep, that was like we were running and stuff like that. But I expect a top team like Arsenal, who are trying to compete on multiple fronts, who hasn't won anything yet and should still be hungry to go out there and run themselves ragged with a good performance.
Because
I think I'm not saying that like it's not unfortunate, with the injuries or whatever, but I understand it this time, but I'm not going to go out there on the notion that these type of things don't come for free. It's like, no, I don't subscribe to that notion.
Okay. Look, as you see in the title, I asked if this was an opportunity missed. I think Cal believes that from what I've been saying. I do think it was an opportunity, because at the end of the day, we did outline it going into this one that had we won this game, we would have been so far out in front that the title would have felt like we would have had one hand on the title a little bit. And especially, like you were mentioning Man City, and I said this on the terrace. They had to squeak out. That looked like that was going to a 2-2 draw, and Foden, by the way, big up to Foden, had an amazing week. But Foden had to pull out a individual moment of brilliance. Had that not happened, and that would have been a draw, and then we'd say we went on to win this game, we would have been 9 points clear at the top of the league. By the way, nobody has ever in the history of the Premier League since the beginning of the Premier League have had a 9-point lead heading into December and not won the Premier League. So
yeah, but it didn't happen to us because that sort of stuff is hard to do. And it's not about how far we are now, it's about how far we are at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? So not panic stations or anything like that, not like slagging off the team and saying this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, or cussing out the players or anything like that, or the coach. I just expect a bounce back from here and a couple of wins now, because we need to get into gear.
Yeah, and speaking of, we have a game in the morning for us, or at nighttime for our viewers in the UK, against Brentford tonight. But before that, Cal, your screen's been lagging a little bit, like you've been freezing up and then coming back to life. And do you reckon, is there something maybe you could do to
it's probably just my internet, man. Like, honestly, sometimes my internet will literally drop for no reason. It's just how far out I am. I can't do anything about it right now. I think
Anyway, let's push on then. So well, at the current state of play, Man City, even though they haven't looked very convincing for me, I mean, yesterday, what Fulham was doing was insane. I've 5-1 up, and by the way, there was a goal line clearance, and if it wasn't for that, it would have gone to 5-5.
Yeah, dude, that goal line clearance by Gvardiol was like I thought they were going to score there, man. That was nuts.
But anyway, but regardless, they hold on, and the lead is now cut to 2, which means that tomorrow is a gigantic game, I think, for us in this season. I'm gonna be very frank. If we do not win this game, I'm not coming out. Throw context at the window. I'm not going to be defending this team at all, because we need this. And if all of a sudden it is now either a 2-point gap or a 3-point gap, I'm starting to sweat it a little bit, because that would be 3 out of the last 4 games in the Premier League where we wouldn't have won. And that's starting to become a little bit of a trend. So this is, I think, a really, really, really important game that we're going back home. I said as well on the therapy today, I know our last game in the Prem was Tottenham, and we all getting up for Tottenham, and we made this amazing tifo and amazing atmosphere. I know it's Brentford, but can we continue that? We need to make the Emirates just as vile and just as hard for Brentford as it was for Tottenham and for Bayern, because we need this win
for the rest of the season. We need that. We need the advantage. We need our team to be screaming at every corner. The fans be screaming for every corner and stuff like that. I think we need to back, as a fan base, we need to back the guys and encourage them and push them on, because, if we don't do it, who will? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we haven't won in a while. Let's just go out there and just encourage them.
Yeah. So let's take a little bit look at. I want to take a look at Brentford's form this year. Obviously, Brentford went through some massive changes. In fact, interesting. Their club captain plays for us. I'm wondering if he features tomorrow. I personally wouldn't.
I've seen it. My thoughts.
But yeah, so obviously we're talking about Thomas Frank. I think actually backstage talking about Thomas Frank. He obviously went on to Tottenham, and Burma went to play for Man United. Ivan Toney obviously have been gone for a year. And so Brentford seemed to come into the season with, I myself actually picked them potentially to go down. And they have been one of the real surprises of the league. They've actually, by the way, everyone thinks that Arsenal is the top team from set pieces. It is actually Brentford. Statistically, they also, by the way, have the most goals from long throws. By the way, Igor Thiago is behind Haaland, the leading goal scorer, because Haaland's a whole other level. The leading goal scorer in the Prem, he's got 11 goals. He actually bagged a brace on the weekend. Ouattara has been a great addition. Shada has, just as always, has been very good for them. And they've got this new fullback, Coyote, who has been a pain in the ass for most teams in terms of his ability to launch balls into the box and create chaos. So it's going to be a tricky team to play against. Who? Oh, Jordan Henderson, of course. Yeah, Hendo in the field, and then Jensen as well. And Kelleher, by the way, former Liverpool fan.
He's a great keeper, absolute great keeper.
Yeah, so this is not going to be an easy game. Now, their form away from home versus at home is night and day. So some of the results that they've picked up at home this year are insane. Manchester United, Liverpool, Newcastle, those are all wins at home. But then, Burnley, that just was on the weekend. But then they go away from home. Look at the results away from home. They lost to Brighton, lost to Palace, 2-1 and 2-0 respectively. Then I think they did lose to City at home, by the way. They got a draw at home against Chelsea. They lost away at Craven Cottage 3-1 to Fulham this year. They lost 3-1 away to Nottingham Forest, given how bad Nottingham Forest. By the way, that was with Nuno, I think. They lost 2-1 away at Sunderland. So at home, they've been incredible. Away from home, they have not quite been as good. Cal, walk me through this one. How do you feel about tomorrow, about the challenge of Brentford?
It should be easy. I mean, we should be beating them, and it shouldn't be difficult. I'm sorry, we shouldn't be relying on no last-minute goals to be beating them. If we do, I'm actually really freaking worried. If we're struggling, if we win and we're struggling to beat them, I'm worried because we should be beating them.
Nate comes in. He goes, "Isn't he?" I think he's talking about what we're talking about, pumping up the crowd for the game. Isn't it the same kind of attitude that emotionally drained us in 22-23? Made a big event of every game, and then we eventually flatlined because it was too much. I get that, and by the way, what I would say is that yes, if Arsenal were to go ahead and say take an early lead, 2-3-0 or something early in the game, I think we would be much more controlled. I don't think we're going to come flat out at them and come at them at 100 miles an hour.
He's talking about the fan stuff, I think, Nate.
Yeah.
For me personally, Nate, if I'm going to tell you this, 22-23, we weren't expecting to do anything. And I think from that perspective, because of how young we were the youngest team in the league at the time. We weren't expecting to challenge. We just finished fifth the year before, and our squad, we literally didn't have the squad or the experience to do anything. And yeah, we also went gung ho every game at the start as well. This team right now, like, we're what, 3 to 4 years older as a football team. The players are older. The squad is way more fleshed out. Arteta is just way more experienced than he was then. He's been a couple title races by now. Like, they can handle us making a big event out of every game. Like, they can handle it. They're like, we don't have little kids anymore, and they know how much it means. And I think we, like us, I don't think we're a fan base that take things a lot nonchalant. We're not a nonchalant fan base. We're never gonna be those guys who are like, if we win, we win, and if we lose, we lose. It's like, Arsenal fans, we are emotional. Like, we just are. And it's just who we are at this point. And we're gonna treat every game like this, rightly or wrongly. And I think the football, like during that 24, like 23, 24, we were really like that. In fact, I remember December in that 23-24 season. Most people were saying, and this is before the Dubai trip, most people were saying the league's done. Like, after that Fulham loss, we were like, no, that is over. We're not winning anything. And then we went on to kind of just win almost everything, right? And we got to the point where we were kind of doing that for every game, and it didn't really affect them. Like, I mean, we drew to City and lost to Villa, but I mean, that was just going to happen. We weren't going to be completely perfect. So I think the players are capable of handling the pressure. And I think this season they've shown that they're capable of handling that pressure against, coming back against Newcastle and stuff like that. Like, they've done things this season that they just haven't done before. So I just think they can handle it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Look, and I think this is another big challenge. This is the December Christmas holiday festive schedule. As I've just mentioned heading into this one, we just had a game. We're doing this one, doing a podcast tomorrow because the games are coming so freaking fast. This is generally where, let's be honest, in the past, Arsenal have failed this test more often than we've passed it, even in our title challenging years. You mentioned Villa, you mentioned City, but you also mentioned Fulham. And prior to that, we also had a loss to West Ham. Before that, I think a couple games earlier than that, we lost to Villa away from home in the December period. So we lost to Newcastle 1-0 in that December period. Like, you add all those results up, and 2 points in the league is nothing. Like, we could have just, if we got just a result in 2 of those games. So this is a different type of challenge. It may not necessarily be like the teams who have caused us problems in the past, but it's just the being able to manage and rotate. This is where that squad is really going to be stretched, which is why for me, I'm having some selection headaches if I'm Mikel Arteta tomorrow, because I think there's a few things, given how important this game is, though, he has to juggle. And I'll throw it to you in a second, Cal, but I want to ask you this question. We're obviously without Gabriel already. We are wondering if we have Saliba tomorrow or not. The player that I'm very, very worried about going to the red zone, 2 players I'm worried about going to the red zone. Firstly, Yuri and Timber. And the secondly one is Declan Rice. And Declan Rice having to put in that extra bit amount of effort to come back and babysit I don't have a better term for it, Nkapie and Mosquera. He's using a lot more of his energy, and plus he also did contribute to the other side. He's just a freaking work engine. Like, you remember I was talking about the chance to set up for Martinelli and stuff. But you go out and you play this game. Then we have a big game against Villa in the next game afterwards. If Saliba is not fit for the game, obviously we're gonna have to play Declan Rice. But if Saliba is ready to go, would you take the gamble in starting Moreno and Zubamendi as a partnership and resting Rice for this one?
Nope.
Okay. Are you worried at all about the stuff that I brought up though? At all?
Yes, but Rice can handle it. I think he can handle it. I think he's built different. I think the break over the summer means that he can do it. I think if he was playing during the summer, it would have been way worse. I think he's capable of putting together these performances and playing like this. We need to have breathing room. We can't take risks now. We need breathing room. Champions League hasn't, like, we are in the knockout stages yet, and I'm telling you right now, if we don't have breathing room come to that point in the season, and we're trying to like catch up, or we're like only like a point ahead in like February, and we're trying to play Champions League games, and we're trying to win both competitions, we're going to lose something. We need that buffer zone, and just mentally, you need that buffer zone as well. Mentally, we need to maintain. Like, it's not a guarantee that we make bigger than 5, but we need to maintain. We need to maintain this 5. I think mentally we need some wins here, and I think if we gamble, and then I think gambling, and then we're not winning, and then getting Rice to come on at the 60th minute, and he has to run like so much more than he did if he just started the game and played comfortably. I think that's when injuries are more likely to happen, because he's not injured. He's just going to get dropped on, put on to like save the game. Like, nah, I don't believe in. I believe in taking players out when we're 3-0 ahead. I don't believe in trying to win a game when you're 1-0 behind.
All right. What would your lineup be for tomorrow's game then? Like, just like, obviously keep in mind, of course, we got few players coming back who've kind of worked their way back.
My gamble would be playing the players that have just come back. So I would start Gyökeres, I would start Madueke, I would start Odegaard. I'd also play, Saka. I would play. Actually, no, I'd actually play Matt. I wouldn't start Madueke. I'd probably put Eze on that left-hand side. Like, I just play our strongest team, because these guys have not played in a while, and we
Cal
don't.
Fury and Timber both start for you as well.
Yeah,
the thing with Cal Fury though is that he's 1 yellow away from suspension. I don't necessarily know if we could afford to have him out for Villa. But the thing is like, do you trust Miles Lewis-Skelly in this game?
Yeah, no.
We're against. Wait, Ouattara. What side is Ouattara on? Because if Ouattara is, what side has he been playing this year for Brentford? Because he's their threat. I mean, he also got shot as well.
We're in Australia, Nate. So it's tomorrow for us. It's tonight for you.
Yeah.
So it's like 8:30 p.m. here. So it's 5:30 a.m. tomorrow morning for.
Sorry,
me,
I keep talking. Keep talking like an Australian.
Yeah. So it's a bit different for us. Hence why it's so dark outside. You see?
Yeah. Okay, so Ouattara does play on the left side. So, thank God we got Timber on that side. Shada though, yeah.
I would say this. Our players need to get used to playing with each other. I think a lot of players have had a lot of injuries, stuff like that. I think I would.
If Saliba plays, by the way, I think we're looking at something different. I think if Saliba plays, I think Mosquera and Nkapie both start, but Nkapie will be at left back and Mosquera will be at left center back.
Yeah, whatever the case, I want Odegaard and Gyökeres getting minutes at least, for the very least.
I agree. I think you gotta have
Gyökeres and Odegaard to start. Gyökeres and Odegaard, I need them starting, both of them.
By the way, for context, I'm back to the Chelsea game. By the way, I thought if Timber doesn't jump in the air, that Gyökeres is putting that ball.
Yeah, no, we actually win the game. We actually just win the game.
Yeah, because that delivery was so on the mark, and I don't know why they're not communicating. And
I don't know why Timber is jumping on a. We don't usually go for headers like that. He's like jumping on someone's back. He's never getting under it. It was just poor. That was like actually poor.
But by the way Gyökeres was positioned, if you know geometry,
he was
that was going in.
He literally Timber lost us the game in that moment.
I didn't lose us. The other way, I just gotta say, talking about the Sunderland game, you've been like, we lost against Sunderland, and now you're doing the same thing when here. You can see what Cal's mentality is. He's not happy with draws or losses for Cal. Like,
nah. Nate the Gunner is also saying we need some rotation. White and MLS should play. Ethan should get time. Rice also need a rest.
I think for me it's too.
I'm gonna tell you right this. I'm gonna tell you this, Nate. Norgard, I hate how Norgard plays. I don't trust him at all. Should Ethan get minutes? Yes, but does he get minutes now? I don't know. I think Odegaard needs minutes more than Ethan does because Odegaard's been injured. So that's how I feel about that. Yes, Rice needs rest, but I don't trust Norgard.
I think they'll play. Nate, what I would say is that next week we got Wolves at home. That's your chance to play Norgard's and Ethan's.
Yeah, exactly. They have 1 point in the league. 1 point. 2, and also, I think if we go 2-0 up at halftime, if we go 2-0 up at halftime or whatever, we go 2-0 up whenever that is, get Rice off immediately. And just put in Norgard. I think that's the condition.
Yeah. I think what I would say this game, what I would say, like, we do need to get off to a fast start. I think we get off to a fast start. Let's put this game away in the first half. I would love that. Two goals at least in the first half, and therefore we can start to bring on and utilize that bench in the second half. That way we're ready for Villa. That's going to be our best friend. We need to really be on it. Use the energy of the crowd early. You know, this is not a game that you feel yourself into.
Yeah,
this is a game where you take initiative. Because a team like Brentford, by the way, if you let them hang in the game long enough, they will make you pay.
They will score a last-minute goal and completely ruin your day. They're completely capable of beating us, 100%.
Yeah. If you watch that game against Burnley, by the way, I thought Burnley were going to take a point out of that game, and 2 moments of brilliance at the end. All of a sudden, 1-1 becomes 3-1. Like, this Brentford team is not going to be an easy game.
Yeah, it's not easy.
We can make it easier on ourselves, though, if we
come out with the right
intensity.
They're not a pushover team, but we have the quality to make it a pushover game. We have that quality. But how many times have we seen a bottom team beat a top team?
Yeah,
a lot of times.
Absolutely.
But it shouldn't be happening to us. I'm like, not now.
Are you talking about Wolves or are you talking about Brentford? Because I think those are two different games completely.
I mean, Wolves, there's under no circumstance in hell should we be losing to Wolves. Like,
no,
ever.
In fact, I want to use that game to
think about it like this. We played our B team against Brighton and beat them 2-0. Like, why should we be losing to Wolves? Like, against Brighton, we started Norgard, we started Waneri, we started MLS, we even started that striker kid. I don't even know his name.
Yeah, Herman Anus.
Yeah. I just, like, we did all that and we still won 2-0.
By the way, a subject off of it a little bit. Speaking about Herman Anus, did you see the signings we made? The 2 Ecuadorian twins.
Oh yeah, you sent me a message. I don't know who they are.
Yeah, no, they are. I've been watching the videos. Max Dowman. Those are Max Dowman's buddies on the opposite wing and at the.
What positions did they play?
So, one of the brothers, I forgot the name. They're like the Edwin, I think, is one of them. Which one? I sent you the names.
Let me guess. The 2 center backs.
No.
I'm joking.
Wait. What did I send this to you yesterday?
Yes, I think so.
Let's remember the names. Anyway, I think one of them is a right winger stroke left winger. You can play on either wing, and the other one is an attacking midfielder.
Oh, nice! More attacking.
And they're both watch their clips. They are insane talent, like Max Dowman level talents.
We'll see. Hey,
like they
Back and right backwards. To be honest, dude, like I was thinking, are they defenders?
I was thinking about the two twins who used to play for Man United, Fabio and Rafael. They used to be two identical twins. That
You realize that we did let go of twins recently from the academy?
Did we?
Yeah,
I know we had Beckham's boys, but they weren't twins.
We had there were twins that we let go. But yeah. Speaking of Beckham, I saw Beckham in an Arsenal shirt when he was younger because he was like training with us for some reason.
Yeah, because his sons signed on to the academy.
He looks good. He looks good in an Arsenal kit. Beckham is such an Arsenal player. It's such a shame. He screams Arsenal.
You know what Beckham is like Declan Rice. Sorry, although Declan Rice is more defensively, obviously, is the modern day Beckham. Like in terms of his ability to hit from set pieces.
Oh, his set piece ability is like insane. It's the best in the league. Reece James probably two of them, both of them.
Yeah. So for me, tomorrow's game, I think I'm just gonna scrap the back four and just let Arteta make that choice and see how Sleep is going.
Yeah, the only players I want to see in this game is Rice because we need him, Odegaard and Gyökeres. Do what you want for everyone else.
So even Saka start on the bench wouldn't bother you?
Yeah, I wouldn't care. If you want to start Madueke, that's fine. Madueke on right wing, that's fine with me.
See, the player I want to see the most, of course, I think is Victor Gyökeres. Here we go. Our boy David in the house. Oh God, I click back on. First thing I hear is Declan Rice is a modern day David Beckham. Good Lord, you know,
dude, the timing.
You know what? I feel like his timing is always freaking impeccable.
It's almost like
I say something a little bit out of the box, and it's like I call David's like has like an alarm, like the bat, like the
it's bat almost
signal,
like
and he's like I'm coming on.
It's almost like he has this unlucky sixth sense. It's like everywhere he turns, every time he turns on something, you're on the screen pissing him off. It's the funniest thing ever.
The thing is, I've got so much time for that guy. I got so much time for you, David. You know that. Like, yeah, you're the
David. I'll say this, David. David Beckham's like one of my favorite players of all time. I wish he was an Arsenal player. Like, I wish he played for Arsenal. David Beckham's like the shit for me. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think was a bit young to necessarily like see Beckham in his prime. Like I saw him a little bit at Real Madrid. I actually got to see him play for LA Galaxy live in the flesh, but it wasn't the same at that point. I appreciate you guys. You know this. Great show as always. Love you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. And you always, by the way, you're always in the chat, always supporting. Like, big love to you as well, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You are one of a kind, and I really appreciate always the support you give. Yeah, of course.
And I hope
Arsenal goes bankrupt.
You first, friend. The way you're going, the way you're spending and not going anywhere.
By the way, bookmark the pre-match if you're still in here, Dave, for when we play you guys. I think it's in January. We want to bring you onto the pod. We're going to bring you into the Thunderdome. Regardless of who's coming along with you, we got you booked.
Yeah, we spoke about it.
Must have.
Yeah, you're a must have.
Yeah,
the pod, that one.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll look forward to that when that happens. But yeah, all right. Well, we're about 1 hour over time and 1 hour into the pod, so we might as well start. And David has now. Here you go.
For sure.
Here we go.
Sweet.
Here we go. Scoreline for tomorrow, Cal?
Why do I have a feeling we mightn't keep a clean sheet? I'm hoping. I'd say a 3-1.
Desperate for one.
3-1 Arsenal.
Yeah. It's so hard to say clean sheet right now because we don't know if our best center back is available. Yeah. Look at this. This is my guy.
5-0.
This is my guy, Nate.
5-0. Okay,
Nate. If the minute that we have monetization, we can mod you. I am modding you just for that. that is yes.
You're always going to get Anton on your side saying 5-0. You're always going to get Anton on your side saying that.
I think, yeah. I really want to. I think I'm so hungry for a clean sheet right now. Like
I would prefer 2-0 over a 3-1, to be honest.
We haven't kept a clean sheet in our last 4 games, believe it or not. We went from 8 games in a row. 8 games in a row without conceding. And now we've half that with conceding. So I would
basically put all our clean sheets in 1 month. That's crazy, dude.
I really hope that's not true. I hope we got more, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the thing is that when you got the defenders that we got and when they were all healthy,
you know, it's really funny because we literally score in every single game, and people are like, "Well, Arsenal is like, you know, their problem is
one. I think Liverpool was the only one.
Yeah, Arsenal's problem is that they just, you know, they can't create from open play. They can't create from clean sheet. Like, we score goals in every single game. The games that we drop points in are the games where we concede. You know, like every time.
And by the way, to highlight that point, Cal, Man City have no problem scoring, but a 5-1 lead was not safe for them.
Yeah, that's insane. Against Fulham. That's nuts. That's actually crazy.
So for all of those who are saying, "Oh, you know, a good attack is what you need to win yourself a league," again, Man City is a bad example because obviously they're a team that's won the league many times.
And what they're doing is actually on the far extreme end, but like still, like if Man City could clean sheets, they would be like 15 points ahead or something. It'd be crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go 3-1. I think I'm gonna go 3-1 Arsenal. Just if Saliba starts, I'm gonna go 3-0.
Fair enough.
If I see Saliba in the starting 11, I actually think that my back four would be Nkapie, Mascara, Saliba, and Timber.
I actually do think we keep a clean sheet if Saliba starts.
Yeah. So I think there are two worlds. We have no idea which one we're going to be entering into when we see the lineup, but one of them has a clean sheet in them, and the other one unfortunately does not.
Hopefully, Gyökeres scores, and hopefully Odegaard gets an assist.
Yeah, I would love Gyökeres to, because you know what, my man Dan was killing Gyökeres again today. I'm like, dude, you only got 20 minutes, come back from injury, and you're already like slating.
Yeah, the team was poor. The team was poor. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah, I actually didn't think that Gyökeres was that bad. Like,
we didn't give the ball to him. What chance did we create for Gyökeres?
Well, we created one, and then Timber stole it.
Well, yeah, we didn't do anything for the guy. I'm not having.
Yeah, and then I would probably say, see, I would want to rest Rice, but I would go Rice and Zubimendi. I feel like I need to go Rice and
Zubimendi. Odegaard. Let's put the band back together.
Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard.
Go out there, win comfortably, because you know if we
make the game not start Eze though. Somebody's got to change, and I think I might not start Eze. I might bring him off the bench, and I might go with Madueke and Saka. That's what I would. To
be honest with you, I would go Madueke and Eze before I go Madueke Saka.
Really?
Madueke looks much better off that right. He just does.
All right. Let's see. And of course, yeah, the main man. I think Victor, I think he scores. I think he scores the opener.
Don't jinx it now.
You know, we were doing this thing when you were away on holiday with my guests that I had brought on. You know, what player, if you're going to pick one player, could score, is going to score in this game? Perfect record.
Really?
Yeah, my brother was the best one. He said Saka's going to score. It's going to be a classic Saka goal, and he got that.
Okay.
And I was like,
so you're doing one of those now for Gyökeres?
Yeah, let's do. I'm doing one. I think Gyökeres scores. Yeah. If I can pick one, how about you?
I feel like Rice is going to score.
Well, we'll be back tomorrow. We can revisit this. That's fun. So yeah, guys, we will guys leave you guys to it. It's almost 9:45 at night here for me. For Cal, I think it's 9:45. So a little bit earlier for you. But yeah, I'm going to call this one a night. We will be back tomorrow, hopefully, to review a victory. And we'll see you guys very, very soon.
Thanks for sticking around. And also thanks to Nate and David.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks to Nate, by the way, for contributing. I'm actually going to make a markdown of it, Nate. Seriously? Oh, here we go. He's actually made a comment. Second, he's assist 2 in a year. World class. That's actually I saw that earlier. Only 2 assists in all 2025. He had one the other day though.
He was injured for most of 2020.
He had one against Chelsea. One was an assist.
Yeah, he was also injured for most of that time.
It's crazy. He didn't get any assist. He hasn't gotten it.
He's been
what
injured.
Was the other assist?
He was injured last season, and he came.
No way. He's got more assists. He surely had assists from corners. 2 assists. No, I'm sorry. That doesn't sound. This is the second time I've seen the stat today. That doesn't hit right to me.
We score.
I swear he's assisted plenty of corners.
Yeah, he was injured for like 10 months and off season. Yeah, the stats are stupid to me. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's like when people say Cole Palmer hasn't scored in whenever. It's like Cole Palmer's been injured for like most of that time. Like, what are we talking about? It's the same nonsense. Like, I don't buy into that, you know. So yeah. Saka will just be Saka.
That's what rivals say. Yeah.
If he gets a goal, that'd be awesome. But my prediction is Declan. Your prediction is Gyökeres, and we'll see how we go from there.
I don't know. I just feel like he was looking really good in that Burnley game, and he's been just sitting there. I feel like seeing Moreno score some of the goals that he has must have Gyökeres burning inside. Like fuck me. I need to come back in this team. I'm going to score goals.
Yeah,
like
we'll see.
I don't think from what I've seen, and by the way, I've already was on the way halfway to hitting the button and ending the stream, but from what I've seen from Gyökeres so far is that he's not a substitute. Like, no, he needs to start the games for him to really feel comfortable in the games. When he comes onto the substitute, he's trying to kind of like feel his way into the game, and they struggle to create chances for him, and he's sort of like in the outer parts of the periphery. I feel like he needs to come in and assert himself in this game, and I think that Brentford will provide him some opportunities on the counter attack. I think he will at some points of the game. He needs to pick his spots. Nate goes, if Dalman's allowed this late, would be nice for him to score. Again, Dalman is gonna. We got some games coming up here. Wolves is one of them. We got one in the Champions League at Club Brugge. We got the other one in the Champions League against. I forgot the name of the team. I keep forgetting the name of the team. That we've got them at home, so he's gonna get plenty of time to play. But at the moment, dude, to be fair, Arsenal need to focus on winning this league, and we need to do it by whichever means necessary. And it's not time to be playing around with giving people chances. If they're going to play in the games, they need to earn their way into the team.
100%, 1,000%.
So that's kind of where we are right now as a club. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nate, for contributing as much as you have to the show. I write this down, by the way. The minute that we get monetized, I am modding you. You are going to be my mod. And I've seen you, by the way, on the Football Terrace as well. Big up, Nate. Thank you for contributing to the show. Big up, David, as well. We go back to all the other.
And Tyrell. Tyrell always says hi.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, come on, you Gunners. Let's get the win tomorrow, and we'll be back for Fire Them Cannons in just about 22 or something hours from now. Until then, guys, peace out.